Hello everybody, my name is Ardalan Gilavizadeh. Today I want to talk about water. The most important question on propagation phase is the how much water we need for saffron bulbs, for reaching to these beautiful saffron bulbs, because the new bulbs, the daughter bulb also should be heavy. Each bulb should be heavy. If for example in the propagation phase, after the finishing, you will have 1 million bulb, but all of them small, doesn't work for us. But less numbers, heavy bulb. This is the good like me. When I put under 6 bulbs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I cannot gather it, okay? I cannot gather, and hardly I can keep in my hand. This is the sign of the heavy bulb. Now, how much water we need to saffron bulbs for 1 ton saffron bulbs, okay? 1000 kilogram saffron bulbs. How much water is required for 1000 kilogram saffron bulbs? How much water we need? At the first step, there is difference between the amount of the water requirement for the growing saffron outdoors, traditional cultivation, and growing saffron indoors. I want to give you exact number. For example, in the outside, for 1000 kilogram saffron bulbs, in the outside, 1000 kilogram saffron bulbs, we need near 500,000 liter water. Okay, 500,000 liter water for the outside. What about the indoors? Because the majority of it, they are working indoors, growing saffron indoors. 1000 kilogram saffron bulbs, my experience. Okay, I'm telling you, this is only my experience, my experiment. This is near 100,000 liter water, maximum 200,000 liter water. 100, 200,000 liter water. 100,000 to 200,000 liter water we need in the growing saffron indoors. What the amount of the water requirement in the outdoors is the more than the growing saffron indoors. Very clear, because in the outside we have numerous land, numerous soil. Sometimes they cultivate the depths of the soil reach to the 10 meters. We have the wind, a strong wind. We have the rainy weather. We don't have any control on the rainy weather. Also, we have the strong wind. Sunlight directly face to the saffron bulbs, to the soil, to the bed. Therefore, we have the maximum evaporation. Okay, the amount of the water reached to the, for example, for 1 ton saffron bulb, when reach the 500,000 liter water, we have the maximum evaporation due to facing the sunlight, due to the wind, a strong wind, and evaporate. For example, if you want to give this amount of the water to the indoor, everything is closed, we don't have any evaporation, this is the ceiling, there is not any wind, only air conditioner or your air handling unit is working with a 3 meters per second velocity, a speed. And if you give this water, in addition that the water is so expensive, but all the saffron bulbs will be destroyed because there is not evaporation that this amount of the water evaporate. Therefore, stay and remain on the round of the root, and the saffron bulb is not able to absorb, and all the bulbs will be black, and you should take them out. Okay, therefore with a very meticulous you should give the water. At the first step, you should know in the 3 months of the summer, 3 months of the spring, 3 months of the autumn, we don't give any water. Only this amount of the water outside or indoors, we should give 3 months of the winter when the leaves are green. For example, some of you that they couldn't provide the best fertilizer, the best water. Even after the 1 month, 2 months, the leaves or the tip of the leaves starting to the yellowing, you should stop watering. When the leaves, the saffron leaves is the yellow, it means it's not able to finish the propagation is finished. Therefore, the water, the only water causes that this yellowing, we accelerate this yellowing. Therefore, instead of the 30%, 100% of the saffron plant will become yellow. Therefore, in the best, this is your task, 3 months of the winter, you should keep the saffron leaves green. When this is green, it means you are allowed giving the water. You can add the water. Therefore, this amount of the water, for example, for the indoor growing saffron indoors, 100 or 200,000 liter water, depending on the substrate that you use in the shells. Which substrate you use, that is very important. Which kind of the air handling unit. You have 24 hours ventilation. This is very helpful. Therefore, you can add the amount of the water. Therefore, 3 months of the winter, you are allowed give the water when the leaves are green. You are allowed this amount, 100,000 to 200,000 liter water. How much? For example, weekly, daily. My recommendation, if you have the irrigation drip, you can add daily. But if you don't have the irrigation drip, if you are not facilitated with the equipped with the drip, for example, if your shelf has a drainage, okay, you can daily water it. But some of the shelves, unfortunately, they don't install the drainage on the floor of the shelves. Therefore, you are forced weekly or the 14 days to 14 days to give the water. And after that, with the ventilation, evaporate. That is not suitable. All the shelves should equip with the drainage so that when you give the water, the extra water go to the outside and again back to the system. Therefore, only 3 months of the winter you are allowed to give the 100,000 water to the shelf. The best daily, then weekly. Not, for example, 30 to 30 days, 20 days to 20 days, or sometimes, for example, per day 3 times. It's not suitable. For example, every day, only 1 time, the morning, the best time when there is not any, but of course you are covered, okay? But the best time is the morning. You start with the liter. You should provide for yourself with the square meters. You should consider a framework, for example, 1 meter or by 1 meter, and put on your shelves for understanding how much water. Every 1 meter by 1 meter, you should calculate by a water tank. You know, your water tank should have a measure. For example, if you have the water tank 2,000 liters, then, for example, if I tell you, for example, 1 meter per square meters need 1 liter water. If you have 2,000 square meters under cultivation, it means you should give 2,000 liter water, okay? For example, on the shelf. For example, if you have totally 5,000 square meters under cultivation, for example, the amount of the under cultivation, 5,000 square meters you have, if I tell you, for example, you need 1 liter per square meters, you need 5,000 liter water. Okay, that is much better. Gradually, you start giving water. For example, instead of using, for example, 100,000 liter water, you divide only into 4, and each time you give, for example, 25,000 liter water. This amount in the once destroy all the saffron bulbs. That is not suitable. It's better you should divide the amount of the water daily and weekly, and therefore very important in my mind. This is due to my experience, exactly the substrate that myself formulated. This amount of the water. Take care. If your substrate is completely light and go to the down, and your saffron bulb face with a problem. If your substrate is heavy, for example 100% the soil, this face with the problem and it doesn't allow go to the around the roots. Okay, therefore this exactly to my substrate, 100,000 liter water, and this is very helpful and causes all the saffron converted to the heavy saffron bulb, and you can grow it for the next time. At the end of this video, I invite you for the watching a video. One of my clients that bought my book last week has a questions in the video. I will show you in the video. Please stay tuned with me and watch this video about the question my client about the propagation phase.
Hello, Dr. Ardalan. I hope everything is going well at your side. I have a question for you. I have a problem with my saffron. I started growing saffron on last November. In these boxes, as you can see, the flowering was very good, and the leaves were green and looks pretty. Everything was going good until 3 weeks ago almost. The leaves, as you can see, they started to be yellow, and I don't think it's the right time for the leaves to be yellow at this time of the year, because we are still in March. Maybe if you can have a closer look. So I would really appreciate it if you can have a look at them and let me know what could be the problem and how can we solve this issue. Thank you.